nothing on that beat. Nope.
Punch a hundred people, people, be rap, nigga, get a free throw, man down, call out ambulance, tell them please, bro.
Ooh, get you out. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know why I delved into Cars 2 there. That was weird. It was weird. I'm weird. Hey guys, it's the ADF Files. Welcome back. Welcome back. I love this mode. I love this game mode. I love this game mode. It's like my favorite fucking game mode. If you don't know, this is a Dragon Quest playthrough where I do everything solo except for these random events, because you know you can't do this solo, and why would you? We are in the ADF Files playlist, meaning we're doing the wonderful event where it's basically just tower defense, stop them from getting to the base, fuck them up, all that good stuff. We're gonna do the blue bones a couple of times, and this is a hard, I'd say, area. And this one is technically difficult because of 14 years of power creep. You can actually, well, I suppose this came in like, you know, maybe 7 years or so ago. But basically, you can now kill this boss quite easily, even though there are two of them. And, you know, usually it's like, oh no, we're splitting our forces, it's hard and shit. But yeah, you're gonna see, basically in all of these, we're going to tactically annihilate Blue Bones. It is a double boss fight here, as well as all of his stupid lackeys, and we're gonna eradicate him. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a fun time to do some different classes and whatnot. But as you can see, I have a weird title. As always, I have a weird title. And today we're talking about relinquishing all wants, all needs and desires. I know. I talk about this shit quite often, but like, I really need to pound into you guys like the reality that we are facing here nowadays. For my fellas, for women, I don't know, maybe it's good to try, you know, maybe it's good to fucking get out there and work for the results that you want. But for guys, you just have to work and say, fuck it, I give up. I just like working. I chop wood, I carry water. I chop wood, I carry water. And that can be a little frustrating for guys. So let's talk about it. Yeah, I suppose with this channel, it's clear to see that, you know, I'm able to keep the consistency. I do like generally like playing the game and doing stuff like that, but I really don't see it as that. I feel like I just like producing and making, creating things. You know, and I've always seen video games like this. I've always seen video games as a way to, you know, make something out of nothing, even if you're not recording it, even if you're not, you know, playing with friends, or I don't know, even playing an online game, playing like a single player game. You're still writing your own story for yourself in ways that are unexplainable, really, unless you play video games, you know, but a lot of people who play roguelikes know that, like, sometimes it's not about the game that you're playing at the time. Sometimes it's about the story that you can tell from that crazy fucking run to all your gamer buddies in Discord, and that's still creating, dude. You know, you don't have to record it. That's an experience for you. Yeah, I'd say that's it. So, like, essentially, as guys, we have to chase experiences instead of chasing results that come from those experiences, right? And I think that's the way to go. That's how you really, like, give up, essentially. You know, you're just like, I'm just here to do fun shit with fun people eventually, you know, someday. But you know, you have to get through the work to do that. And if you're a smart guy, if you are a wise individual, you know how to make the work into the fun experiences that you can tell to other people later. And I feel like a lot of times in my retail jobs, in my work culture and stuff, people just like outwardly reject and hate the fact that it really doesn't matter. Like, I can have fun anywhere, I can have a good time doing anything. I really, like, I just like doing the thing, and then eventually getting good at the thing, and then eventually, you know, adding my own spice, my pizzazz, my aura to it to make it a fun thing for me. I don't need fucking people for that. Nor do I really want them there for it anyways. It's not like I don't want anyone there, you know, like I have, you know, social desires just like anyone else. I just feel like my capacity is a little bit lower, especially now that I'm not fighting against the whole, you know, nothing lasts forever kind of thing, and constantly trying to, I suppose, justify keeping people in my life and being like, no, don't get tired of them. They're so nice. They're doing so many good things for me and stuff. But like, you're gonna get sick of anybody eventually, man. Especially if you spend too much time with them. I remember oftentimes I would feel guilty about, you know, just getting tired of people that I say I love, coworkers, family members, friends, love interests, muses, crushes. it all falls down. And that's because there's an obvious, you know, power creep, just like in this video game, man. You know, eventually your same attacks aren't gonna do as much. You know, I am Blue Bones. I'm Blue Bones, I'm the boss. And then eventually, guys, if you get enough fucking power creep in the world, if you get enough other outside external forces, you know, you get enough Koopas who are just like me doing the same mashup shit and then doing the same type of other shit, you're just gonna get tired of me. You're just like, all I got is this. You know, I'm not gonna change up my style. And oftentimes what we do in relationships, which is so wrong, is you love bomb them, you give them all that good stuff immediately. And instead of doing, you know, what you're actually supposed to do with the tactic of a love bomb, by pulling back because you obviously can't uphold that much love the entire time. Instead of doing that, we just keep trying to love bomb higher and think we're gonna get the same results, and that's not how it works, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish it was. I wish you could just give more and more love, you know. But obviously that's not gonna work in two ways because, you know, eventually you're gonna get tired of that love, and eventually you're gonna have, you know, no more capacity to give more, especially if you just went by feelings and gave what you wanted to. It is a very inherently deceitful game, so I tend to not try to pull it all into love, but it is all about love, you know. Even in our jobs and relationships, we have to have the same sort of perspective as in the dating culture, which is why I feel like, you know, dating in this whole, like, you know, no guy can find a girl and the whole loneliness thing, it really fucked up society in a lot of ways, because like our relationship is how everything else is dictated. It's how our friends are dictated. It's how our jobs are dictated. It's how, you know, our ability to just socialize and go out there and meet people is dictated. Make new friends is dictated. It's how everything is dictated, really. And so, yeah, I feel like the general nature of just letting what will happen and flowing through whatever processes that you want to flow through and truly just going for the experience of doing it, you know, and hopefully trying to have the best time that you can. I know not everybody has the skill, which is why so many people look to me. They're like, please help me, I don't know what to do, everything sucks so much, it seems like it's so fun for you. Newsflash, motherfucker, it's not. I have to work to make it this way, and so do you. But I realize that constantly doing this work to make my productive time the fun time, it's not going to be fruitful if the if the product that I'm making is not for myself in the first place, you know? Because it's like, sure, you had fun doing it, but if you're watering everybody else's plants and not your own, well, of course you're gonna crash out because, you know, you haven't been growing. It's obviously going to happen. So, yeah, I'd say especially with this channel, you know, I just like working. You guys know I like working. You know, I like being consistent. I like doing things that produce other things. You know, and that is whatever it is. I have a very wide and encompassing definition of that. And I feel like if you're trying to be successful in any way, it's very wise to have a very wide, encompassing definition of what success is. You gotta be like, it could be anything, you know? It could be, I don't know what the fuck success is, you know? Let's just not quantify it. Let's just have success be, you know, me breathing and having fun in every breath, you know? Let's just have success be me being content with myself, and the fact that I took a step. A lot of people try to quantify it and be like, I have to do this much today. And I'm like, sure, set a baseline. But sometimes we can go beyond that, and sometimes we can even go below that, and it's still okay. It's still okay. Good example, today, or yesterday, I forget what day. Whatever, I have my release schedule, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I miss, you know, the midnight hour, the midnight clock, and I believe yesterday or a day before, whatever the fuck, I missed a 12 p.m. hit because I just didn't have anything scheduled. I had stuff made, but I didn't have it scheduled, and I was just super tired, so I just fucking passed out. I didn't, like, stress over it and wake up in the middle of the night, and I even thought about it because I did wake up closer to, you know, my alarm area, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just, you know, when I get out of bed, I'll upload it. You know, and that's the thing. When you're working for yourself, you have to treat it like you're actually working for yourself, instead of treating yourself like a prisoner. Because a lot of times the world will distract us and think that, you know, the world is trapped in there with you, but not. I mean, you're trapped in there with the world, but in reality, the world is trapped in there with you. You know, you are an unstoppable force. You are the aviator, you know, the indebtor, the philosopher, you know, I'm trying to think of a word here that describes you. But you see, you dictate all of your thoughts, all of your wishes, all of your treasures. You are the one who makes it all. So I implore you, look at this. We revolt slices at the same time. That's so cute. Look at this. We're the best of friends. The best of friends. But yeah, you got to remember that you control it all. You control 110% of it. Because the internal shapes the external. And if you got your mind under control, then it'll move your body, right? So, what really brought this topic on is I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, you know, one of my favorite dystopian YouTubers, and they had this video about getting old and how horrible it is, right? How terrible. Oh no, it's one of my greatest fears. And I do agree with that. That has been a fear of me for a long time. Until I realized that it really is all in the mind, you know? The whole fact of aging and regressing. Because your internal is going to shape your external, right? And there are certain things and certain aspects that you're really not going to, you know, get away from as far as age-wise. You know, there are certain things that you're just not going to be able to do as efficiently. But if you want to look at life like that, you know, just as time moves on, you know, it is the scariest thing. Because as time moves on, we're slowly losing opportunities every second of the day. Not even every like minute or like every second an opportunity leaves you because you're doing something else instead of doing that thing. And the internet shows us that everything is possible. So everything is possible, then if you're not doing everything, then you're losing something. I don't know what it is, but you're definitely losing. And so when I think of the fear of getting old, I think it's really the fear of losing the ability to give up, to have fun. Because, you know, right now when I say this, you know, giving up to get up, like eventually there's not going to be a get up part. It's just life is going to force you to give up, right? But now we have the option. So if you just give up now and you say fuck it, and you be like, hey man, if it don't work for me, if it ain't happy for me, I ain't doing it, you know? And you truly keep that youthful atmosphere about you, as in growing, discovering new things, looking at things from new perspectives, and expanding your mind. I really think age really won't have too much of an issue on you. I think that's really what happens to these people who grow to these crazy ages in these societies. I really do think it comes down to like the stress that leaves you from just giving up and just being like, I don't care anymore. I don't. Maybe I never did, you know, but about all this current stuff and like, oh my God, I'm going to grow old and oh my God, I'm going to lose this and lose this and lose. We're losing all the time. We are constantly losing. I am the biggest loser, you know, and I ain't even talking about the fat show. I ain't losing weight. I'm losing everything, you know, and I'm okay with that because I got one win. You know? Every time somebody leaves a good comment, every time somebody leaves a bad comment, every time somebody unsubscribes, all of my wins in this platform and in my life in general are dedicated to souls, you know? I'm trying to change them. Because oftentimes with all this AI and shit, it's just soulless, man. It's just everything has no soul. So I'm giving up on everything. I'm giving up on all the results. I'm giving up on all the money. I'm giving up on all the achievements. Fuck that shit, man. If I can change a soul, we're happy. We're glad, which is why I'm so glad, man. We're gaining subs. We're losing subs. I'm getting views on some videos. I'm not getting views on some videos, but I don't care. I'm a thinker, right? So all of this is just data to me. That's it. That's all it fucking is. And I have to realize that if I really want to live longer, really want to live forever, I can't worry about the stupid fucking data. I have to worry about how it feels right now, in the moment, to create this stuff. You know, to be here divinely in control of the driver's seat of this vessel, this cool little thing. And I'm not even talking about my body. I'm talking about the channel in general. You know, the Koopa is not me. You know, I'm not an actual fucking turtle with a goddamn robe and sunglasses. You know, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not. You know, in the real world, I'm just a guy. I'm just some fucking dude. I'm just some fucking lame ass who lives in America and wants to be in Japan. But with this vessel, I can push myself out of my body. I can give up on both the aspects of me and the aspects of me connected to it and just put it all into it. I feel like this is how parents feel too, right? They just give up on themselves and they just put it all into, you know, whatever they want to because they have fun doing that. And I hope parents have fun doing the parent thing. I really don't know. I feel like maybe they do to a certain extent. And I feel like maybe I will to a certain extent, and then maybe this will stop being fun. And when it stops being fun, guys, I'm not going to deny that I'll probably stop. You know, I don't feel indebted to you guys. I don't feel like you did anything. I don't feel like you have to do anything for me to keep going, you know? And I don't want you to do anything for me to keep going. And one of the main reasons why I didn't really start this earlier in my life, because I definitely could have. I definitely had the free time. I definitely still love to play video games, right? And I definitely did make some really cool videos that I liked, but it was mostly because of, you know, the people. You know, I showed a lot of people from my past, my YouTube channel, you know, and all the stupid videos I made. And I remember, it's just so annoying that we only remember these stupid moments of people just berating us. But I remember for my Lassitude Mario Kart music video, somebody was like, oh yeah, the quality's so bad I can't see the gameplay and it's trash. And he probably didn't even really say that. He probably didn't even really say that, you know? It's just what I remember it as. And that's what your mind does when you have this stupid, retarded supercomputer going on and on and on and on and on. And that's not a bad thing, guys. It's just a quirk. But you have to realize how to work with it. How to work with this. How to work with what I have here is to just give up. You can't, like, sure, I'm going to think this shit, okay? And that's fine. Because I'm not going to stop myself from thinking this shit. I'm just not. But at the same time, I can realize that they are just thoughts. It's not me. It's not who I really am, nor who I want to be, to be someone who mulls over stupid shit like this. And so I can just say, well, if it's not me, then we'll just leave it there. You know, we'll just put it there into the corner. We'll tuck it away. You know, I'll of course acknowledge it. I'll feel it, and then I'll just, you know, I'm not boarding that chain. That chain. Yeah, my $500 neck chain. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Anyways, that train, we're not boarding it, you know? We don't have to board it. It's optional, you know? We see it taking off, and oftentimes when it's a thought path that I've already gone through, that I'd have, like, 100% certainty that it's not gonna help me, I can just watch it go. I just be like, goodbye, train. I don't need to board you this time. You're good. And when you really sit down and you be aware of your thoughts, you realize you're just kind of going back to the same ones, because that's human nature, man. That's what the depression does to you. It blinds you to the fact that you're just in the same thought patterns, and that's why you can't get out of bed, because you just locked yourself in those thought patterns, you know? One thing that I really like doing when I get trapped in the bed rotting stage or area, or just don't want to do shit or whatever, I just set an alarm, and when the alarm goes off, I just get up and do something. And that's the main thing, guys. You really have to remember that you don't have to do 8,000 million things and run through the whole list of what to get through and what to operate on. You just gotta do something, you know, and have fun with that. And maybe it's productive, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just getting up and doing some drugs. But be aware of yourself if you're doing something bad. And be aware of yourself if you're doing something good. You know, it's just, you can't quantify it. That's the stupid thing about life. Everything's gonna have us like put a camera and a label and some sort of justified stamp of approval on it, and you don't need that. I feel like that's the worst thing that happens to musicians. It's just showing all their friends and going to a record label and looking for approval from their fans. You realize that they are fans. Imagine if you went to your fucking air conditioning. And you're like, air conditioning, can you please approve of my sweat? My sweat needs your validation so that I can sweat the right way, AC. Can you say that I'm sweating the right way? Because that's all this music bullshit is. It's our excrement. These are our feces. If somebody wants a musician's real good shit, you have to be around them. You have to feel their aura right intrinsically there. And people don't realize that all this shit that we upload, it's away from us. It's now dead, okay? It now has zero life, zero representation of what you actually are as a human being. It may have some, but You could change any day, and you should. You know, some people really try to like embody what their song is or whatever the fuck, but if you're an actual fucking person with a brain, you're gonna change. Probably right after you make that fucking song. Because, like I said, it's excrement. It's getting it out of us. It's not us at all, right? So when you want this good stuff, when you want these good things, you really have to give up on trying to make it. You just have to shit it out. You have to get it out of you. You have to remove it from your body. And then it'll just come, you know, it'll just fucking get out. And so many people are just obsessed with getting it right, man. Like, I don't think you ever will if you are. That's the funny thing about attraction and love and all this stuff. Like if you're really trying to give somebody exactly what they want, then they're gonna leave because they got what they wanted. Like, I don't understand, man. It's like video games, you know. You make the game too easy, and then the person beats the game, and then you're mad that they go and play a different game. Like, what'd you expect, idiot? And this is why I just generally disconnect from a lot of love stuff, because I'm just too aware of it, you know? I just know how it goes. I know how relationships form, I know how they break. And I've broken a lot of ones in my life that maybe I didn't want to. But it is what it is. It happened, you know? I'm not gonna get resentful over what could have been. But just know that your only path forward once you hit this heartbreak, this lonely stage, this, oh my god, I'm grinding too much, I'm going so ham, I have crazy amounts of output, it's giving up. It's just being like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. And maybe you do, to a certain level, to a certain extent. But harnessing the energy of not truly giving a fuck about the results, you give a fuck about, you know, taking steps and moving and loving your actions. Because I don't think we're ever like really just not gonna be able to like not care. I don't think that's ever really gonna happen. At least not for me, maybe not. But if you lower your desire just the right amount and just chop wood and carry water, my friend, it'll make a world of a difference, I think. I hope. That's my wish. This has been me and Fua, ADF Files, give up to get up. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watch you. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Hold on him, next door shit, what he left on him? Say Drake, I hate you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.